Beyond Sisters. I'm Wanda, and I'm your host. Beyond Sisters is a ministry that will bring women together to encourage, uplift, and to become a part of each other's story. To another episode of Beyond Sisters. If you're new and it's your first time following us, just know we're on YouTube and Facebook, so don't forget to like us,
subscribe, and hit that post notification bell
so that you won't miss another episode of Beyond Sisters. Today, we have an awesome show for all of you ladies out there that's in listening land. We are excited to bring you Miss ASHLEIGH Moore. ASHLEIGH is a young lady that is about conquering her goals and getting things done. And our show today is going to talk about learning not to settle, ladies. We're going to learn not to settle. So we thank you for tuning in today with Miss ASHLEIGH and Beyond Sisters, and we are excited. So, ASHLEIGH, thank you for coming and joining with us today. We have a lot of questions that we want to ask you because we are truly intrigued by this topic, because I think everybody can relate to settling. So, first things first, have you ever settled for less than what you deserve?
Sadly, yes. I've settled a couple times for things less than I deserve, and it took a lot to realize that I was worth more than that and that I didn't have to settle. I've had relationships with friends, I've had, platonic and, boyfriends, and it's just, I don't know, it just hits home to me because I see a lot of women that settle for less than they deserve, and I just don't think that it's acceptable anymore, and you don't have to, so there's no need to.
Great, awesome. And again, we thank you for being here with us. And I just have another little question I would like to ask. I've been kind of wondering about ever since, we kind of brought up this topic. What would be your suggestion about a good relationship or a healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship to me would be where two people can coexist together without having to change anything about the other. Mm-hmm. As far as, of course, if it's something that is a positive change, that's one thing. If you're helping the other grow, that's one thing. But as far as you should not have to change your ways, you should not have to change the way you dress, what you like to do, pretty much any extracurricular thing that you enjoy, you should not have to stray away from that for your partner, and vice versa. You should be able to help each other grow, you should be able to help each other enjoy new things, and I don't think that you should have to alter yourself to fit somebody else's needs.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
That's really good. ASHLEIGH, I have a question for you. What is the most important factors that you feel, from your past relationships, is important to make a good relationship?
I would say trust is probably the biggest one. You can't have a relationship without trust. It's like a car with no gas. You can sit in it all day long, you ain't going anywhere. You have to be able to trust your partner. You can't be at home wondering, where are they, what are they doing, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. It's stressful, and if you have to do that and you have to wonder that all the time, then you shouldn't be in one.
Amen.
It's all about trust. It's all about building that trust, and once it's broken, you can try to glue it back together, but it's never going to be the same, and it's never going to be as, what's the word I'm looking for, strong, I guess, as it was to begin with.
Mm-hmm. And so what made you realize your worth?
I was living the same thing over and over, the same scenario, and I woke up one day, and I don't know if it was me or if it was God or what it was, but they pretty much told me you can change it now or you can live like this the rest of your life. And my dad told me, you put out like you can hold out. So if you don't want to be like this in 5-10 years from now, you need to go ahead and cut it loose.
Wow.
You cut dead ends for growth. And you can take that how you want. Relationships, your hair, it all the same. Cut them off.
Well, but how does that affect you personally if you know you're in these dead end relationships? How does that pull a toll on you?
Well, it can, financially, mentally, physically, you either start overeating or not eating enough, or you're spending too much money, or you're not. It affects your work life, your social life, your relationships with your children if you have any, your other friends, your family. You start cutting other people off. You start feeling like you're not worthy, and then it takes a toll on your health. And it's not good for any aspect of your life to be in a negative or toxic relationship, because nothing good is going to come out of it. It's going to continue to tear you down and tear you apart until you change it.
True.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. And so why do you think it seems like it takes a long time for that light bulb to click on, but why do we settle for less?
I think people settle. I think they get comfortable. I think they get used to the same routine. I think they're used to coming home, doing this, doing that, and it's just kind of in order. And then when, people are scared of change. A lot of people fear change. They think change is bad. They think that change is scary, and it is scary. But 9 times out of 10, I guess your life starts outside of your comfort zone. So, if you put a shark in a fish tank, they're only going to get but so big. You can't grow in certain environments, and you're not going to flourish like you're supposed to. So once you get out of that and you realize, hey, I don't have to live like this. This isn't a necessity for me. I feel like that's when you really start living and realizing that you can do anything you want to do, and you don't have to have someone else to hold you down.
All right, that's great. That's great. And so many times they'll say, "I wish I had done it sooner."
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Okay, so if you could change anything in your past relationships, what would it be?
Honestly, I don't think I would change anything. As toxic and as stressful and as good as some were, I don't think that without those I would be where I am today and know what I know at a young age. A lot of women, it takes years and years to realize that I don't want to be here and I don't want to be in this anymore, and then it's too late. By then you might have children, grandchildren, and it's more to let go instead of doing it when it first starts, and go ahead and just nip it in the bud and being done with it. You don't have any luggage, I guess you would say, to worry about. It's kind of just you and them, and it's better to just cut it off when it starts versus letting it flow.
So true. Do you believe in giving second chances?
I do. I believe people can change. I'm all for second chances. I'm not for third and fourth and fifth chances. If you do something one time and you realize it was wrong and you realize that you can grow from it and change, that's one thing. I think everyone deserves a second chance because, everyone has their own ways. Everyone does things for different reasonings. Everyone has different backgrounds and comes up with different, train of thought. And I think that, I think everyone deserves a second chance, whether it be your friendships, your relationships, work, social, any of that type of things. I think you deserve a second chance. But once it becomes something that you just continue to do, and then you're wanting chance after chance, it doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry doesn't mean anything unless you put the work in behind it to fix whatever you're sorry for. So they're just words until you have actions behind them.
Oh, say that again.
That is so
say
true.
that again.
And that is definitely true in our lives and our spiritual development, that when we are truly sorry and godly sorry for things, and we do repentance, we're willing to turn away from that. Not just say I'm sorry, but then turn away and exhibit a different behavior. Cut off the pattern of negativity and then begin to do things in the right way. And learning how to treat people is what I'm hearing you say. That we have to first learn how to treat ourselves, how to love ourselves, how to give ourselves that worth and that value and walk in that.
Right.
And that was and that's truly one of the things that I know that you're all about is helping young women just understand who they are and their value.
Yep.
And their value, and so we can appreciate the work that you're doing, and reaching out to ladies and young ladies, and just helping them to understand we don't have to settle. We don't have to settle, and sometimes we have to learn that we don't have to settle for the negative thoughts that we have about ourselves.
Right.
That's where it begins. Would you say?
Yes. When you can't, if you don't love yourself and you don't give that, that energy or those vibes out, how do you expect someone else to reciprocate that when you don't, you have to be, you're a mirror reflection of what you bring in your life. So if you're constantly putting yourself down and you're constantly, just letting that toxic energy in, then that's how it's going to be. You're going to live a toxic life. You're going to have a lot of stress and issues.
Yes.
But once you wake up and realize, hey, I can do anything I want to do, and I'm in control, then nobody else can take that control from me. Nobody.
I like that. That is awesome. That is awesome. And that is good for us, as particularly as women, to know and to understand about ourselves, that we have to understand that the Father is our maker and has given us the authority, has given us privileges, has given us the right to the tree of life. And we now just have to go out and live there and know that that's okay. That is okay to live there. And we are so thankful for that. And Ashley, we thank you for coming and being with us today. And we just thank you for taking the opportunity to stop by and talk to us about what you're doing and how you're reaching out to help our young ladies. And we hope that we have shared something out with you out there, our audience are listening in, that you can benefit from. We thank you for following Beyond Sisters. And again, if this is your first time, please go to our YouTube page and subscribe, like us, and please hit that post notification bell, because we want to keep you as our audience. It is important that we are giving you things that are of value to you. So we do thank you, and we thank you again, Ashley, and we just thank all of Beyond Sisters. These ladies come and they willfully want to reach out to you out there and pour into you, and we thank them. We thank Beyond Sisters, for coming and doing this. We are so appreciative. So we don't want to let anything go to chance, because we know that we need each other, we value each other, and we know our worth. And for us to make it, we need one another. So we are so thankful. We don't have to settle, ladies.
Amen.
We don't have to settle, ladies. And
That's right.
awesome. So thank you, and tune in again next show. And remember,
Our God reigns.